Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. It's for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus. We'll see where it goes. This week, Taurus, we're gonna find out the energy that you're in right now. What's going on with y'all? What's going on? And then I'm gonna ask a deck that I haven't used with in a while. It's so beautiful, I love it. It's my Ethereal Visions. Oh, but gosh darn it, it reflects really badly. This is, if your future self could tell you something, what would it tell you? And it might have something to do with the energy you're in now. It most likely will, but we just see what comes out. And there is an extended at the end of this. So if you're drawn to that, the link is at the top of the description. And I will be looking into the blind spot energy, like between where you are like right now and what your future self would be telling you. So let's get started. I'm a little slow today. I got my son ready for school for the first time in 6 months. And it's not like I haven't been up early. Yeah, like I get up early all the time. I'm just not used to getting up early and having to watch the clock constantly. And get lunch ready and get the snacks ready. If I nod off in the middle of your reading, just poke me and oh my God. So my dear bovine babies, what energy y'all in? What energy? So I'm starting with my Wild Unknown decks. My Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle and then Tarot. Those are the spirits. Oh, the zebra. Look at you. You're standing out. You may look like everyone else, but I'm telling you, there's something very different about you, and it has an awful lot to do with your intuition. Clarity that you get through your intuition, even third eye, like if you meditate, visions, things that come to you. It's really lit up. And somehow, you know, actually, it's not even just, I feel like people are seeing this in you. People are starting to see this in you, like, whoa, what's going on over there with Taurus? Taurus is lit up. Like, Taurus is recognizing things. Taurus is seeing interesting things within things that many people might see mundane. They might seem like mundane thing. I just, you know, because the zebra, you know, it's like, think about the zebra. They all look the damn same, unless you look real close. And I've heard that they're like a fingerprint. Like every pattern on a zebra is completely original and no two are alike anywhere ever. Yeah, something like that. So it's not mundane, but it looks like everything else. Sort of like you're finding clarity within the mundane. That's probably pretty smart because life has been pretty mundane the last few months. Oh, lizard is at the bottom. This is kind of a reminder to take time for yourself to recuperate, to continue to heal. If you've been healing, the lizard is very empathic energy. So if you naturally kind of feel other people's emotions and energy, you know, recognize when you're feeling a little bit fatigued or overwhelmed by that, and pull back, kind of find a warm little spot on a rock like a lizard would, and allow the sun, the warmth of the sun, even a sunbeam, like just finding a chair in your home where the sun is shining through. Yeah, and just sitting there and like soak it up. Because that's important too, because that's the kind of energy, the lizard, that has an awful lot to do with what you're engaging in here. So don't, you know, because if you're engaging in that more than almost anything right now, don't fatigue it. Like, allow it to rest. Give yourself that. So let's see what tarot cards you got coming out. Lily's having a nap. She's got the best life. I want to come back in my next life as my dog. She had a bath the other night, so she smelled so pretty. Well, she was going to go into school. You know, she can't touch anybody, but you got to look good, right? So she looked good. She looked good. Wow, yeah, you got the High Priestess. Ooh, you got the High Priestess and you have the Emperor on the bottom. That's really interesting because the Empress came out here too for you. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, and the High Priestess. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay, you're working with somebody, I hear. I kind of get like you're working with someone or towards something with someone. With the Three of Pentacles, like working together. But there's an awful lot of intuition involved in this. With the High Priestess and these two cards. Like, this is so much about, like, almost too, like, very subtle communication. Very subtle communication. Sort of eureka moments, understanding, maybe, you know, who knows, like maybe you're dealing with some sort of a project at work and you're all talking about something and maybe there's 4 or 5 people in the group and you and this other person, you both get an idea and you know exactly how to solve this issue or problem or whatever you guys are working on, and you just go, oh, and you almost look at each other and you both like, yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking, right? So it is very collaborative that way. There might be another level to it and we'll see. But being the Emperor and the Empress, like you two are a little bit like 2 peas in a pod. You're very equal here. Same line of thinking. Kind of same line of strategizing. A bit of a... I'm just getting the word like a triple threat sort of energy. Not really a threat, but just utilizing elements of yourself that most people aren't in tune with is what you're doing here. You're utilizing elements of yourself that most people are not in tune with. I'm going to pull a clarify, because part of this I'm getting like with the Emperor and the with the Empress and then the Emperor and the underlying. It is a little bit too like back and forth within yourself, between like yin and yang energy, like really utilizing that well. Okay, because like the empathic, the High Priestess energy, all that intuition is very yin. It's very sort of yin energy, like it's pulled back, it's just sit, and it's not taking action, right? It's a lot of internalization, but there's so much going on inside. And the underline is the Emperor. So there's even could be thought processes, thinking, internalizing things, coming up with answers before you turn it into yang energy, like initiate, take action, do something with that. Yeah, I'm not going to clear, I'm just going to go into, okay, so what would your future self tell you? If your future self could tell you anything. Because right now the energy looks really, really good. But who knows? Maybe your future self is saying like, oh, wait a second, there's a bump in the road, or it's just going to get better. Who knows? What would Taurus's future self tell them? What would Taurus's future self tell them? Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, see, there's a bump in the road. There always is. The Tower's at the bottom. The person is free falling, baby. It's like free falling. They're free falling. They have a mask on their face. And there's so much energy that sits above the tower. Like the tower hasn't collapsed. The tower is still in place. It's the person falling off the tower. And there's an eye. Here, let's let you look at all of this. Okay. All right. See the eye at the top. And then all this like energy coming off the top of the tower. The tower is still in place. It hasn't crumbled. It hasn't fallen. This person is. I almost imagine this person would have been at the top of the tower and something hits them. Like almost like with this eye, some sort of unexpected information, some sort of unexpected information, or like a eureka moment within your own head. And it just knocks you off your socks. It really knocks you off your socks. Feeling kind of exposed too. I mean, this person is naked, except for this cloth that's sort of flapping around them, and the mask. There's some sort the mask, I feel like the mask needs to come off, but you know, what's good though is what's, you know, I stopped there because what's reversed and I stopped reading, but kind of interesting that it's the Nine of Swords in reverse. So no longer overthinking things. So maybe because there's an awful lot of intuition going on where you are right now. There's an awful lot of intuition, intuitive energy, like you're really utilizing your intuitive energy. And I feel like it is possibly draining you with the Lizard card. It's possibly draining you. And you know, when you have the Nine of Swords, maybe because we can't get answers on something or we can't figure something out, so we're trying to run it around in our mind, and there's different ways you can run it around in your mind. Like you can be very strategic and analytical about it, or you can just sort of try to clear your mind and just free flow it. Let information come in and go out and see what you get with that intuition. So whatever this is, it knocks you off your socks, sort of, but it takes away the Nine of Swords. So that's kind of a good tower moment in a sense, right? Because the tower's not collapsing. It's not like your whole foundation is falling apart. But there's a mask. You're still wearing a mask. Okay, so your future self, we have the Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you know, the Eight of Cups is sort of mimicking the Lizard. Needing to do something in your own energy. Needing to kind of remove yourself. This person is staring at the moon. Okay. And you have the High Priestess twice now. This person is staring at the moon and they're in solitude. Where here, I don't feel like you are in solitude with the Three of Pentacles. And of course the Emperor and the Empress sitting at the same time in the same energy field. You know, I said it's almost like maybe you can communicate with someone intuitively on another level. Even if it's just body language, like, you know, just being able to read each other like so well. But I feel like it goes a little bit beyond that. But it's draining you, like with the Lizard. And I'm kind of getting that, like your future self wants to tell you, if you have the opportunity, and I don't even say if you have the opportunity, take the opportunity to pull yourself away. Almost to pull yourself away from any sort of intuitive connections or information as well from others. Like, you could be dealing with someone that really is like a person that you're meant to connect with, whether that's friendship, business partner, romantic partner. There's something here. I mean, these two are the divinest of divine counterparts, really. Very, very mature, stable, grounded energy. Very accomplished energy. Very much in their own power, their own empowerment. But I really feel like your future self is telling you to take a break even from that. And look at this moon. I love the moon, the way they're looking at the moon, is look for answers somewhere else. Don't look for answers from others. Really just look at the moon. I don't know, like look at the moon and get some answers. I did that like a few months ago. Well, not a few. I just like stared at the moon. And I really, like you can kind of connect with, yeah, the Empress. Isis, like Isis energy. Because Isis was like one of the true empresses. It's the divine feminine within you is tired. I'm getting that. The divine feminine within you is tired. And you need to pull away. And it's almost a recharging. I don't even feel like with this Eight of Cups that it's intentionally meant for you to look at, you know, what have been in my cups up to this point? What do I want in them? What do I want from life? What should I leave behind? It feels more like it's regenerating you somehow. It's a regenerative thing so that the cups can move forward. And it increases your height. Yeah, well, wait a second. Someone else had this. And I don't remember now, because usually I do readings like I do them all in a row. I spend 4 days in a row doing all the readings for the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's like, boom, all of them. But I didn't this week because my son started school today, which is Friday. And so the last day having him, I didn't want to be doing anything. I just wanted it to be us, and we went and did some shopping. So I did some stuff on Wednesday. Yes, and there's a break. So I'm thinking like, ooh, someone had this similar message, because this is what's going on here. Because this high priestess energy that you're in now is still sort of very primal and not refined. It's not refined as much as it will be or could be. It's not refined as much as it will be, because this is the refinement of it. This is bringing it into the true human form, right? Like in a true, very conscious level of delving into the unknown and getting answers, finding out the secrets of the universe, finding out the secrets of your own path. That's funny. I wish I could remember who else had that message. It's very similar. And then the Seven of Wands sits here, which is sort of curious. Oh, okay. So I get with the Seven of Wands that you will, when you give yourself this time to pull away from almost other human connections, even spirit guides, like this is very cosmic. With the moon here, I really feel it's very cosmic. It's just you and space and time. Really, it's you and space and time. There's nothing else in existence when you go into this place. And it does feel like something to do sort of at night. You can like hear the crickets. The air is cold and damp. And the moon. But we just had a full moon a while ago. I don't know. Well, whatever. Whatever. Just look. I always think too, the moon is still there. No matter what, it's still there. Just because it's not in a fully reflecting the sun's light doesn't mean that there isn't something you can't gain from it. Even when it's a new moon and it can't be seen, it's very powerful. Because I feel in that way, it actually is the most unknown aspect of what you're looking for. So what I'm getting here is when you do this regenerative, intuitive healing, it increases your intuition. And the Seven of Wands, the message that came through with that when I held it up was knowing exactly who you can and cannot trust. Because the Seven of Wands is a little bit defensive, and this person is looking down, and they've kind of got the higher ground, and they're looking in on everything, like having a better perspective. And not necessarily trust, but who you can let your guard down with and who you shouldn't let your guard down with. That's interesting. Let's see the Tower moment. Let's see your Tower moment here. There's something about this mask, though, too. Because the mask doesn't look like it's falling off as they fall from the Tower, right? Tell Taurus about the Tower moment. What is the Tower moment for Taurus? It does feel like some sort of like a eureka. The Tower moment for Taurus. Jeez, you got the High Priestess again. That's 3 High Priestesses. You got Temperance and the High Priestess. There's some sort of balance. There's some sort of balance that you need to achieve here, so on an emotional and an intuitive level. Temperance with the Sagittarius energy, the fire, but playing with the water. It probably has something to do with this alone time, with this Eight of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to ask, give us 3 High Priestesses. Why 3 High Priestesses? The Nine of Pentacles. You know what? You're looking after yourself correctly. You're looking after yourself correctly. And in some ways it's, now don't take this in an arrogant, don't let your ego go with this, right? Like kind of how I'm going to say it. You have to keep this humble or you will lose this energy. Kind of like showing or demonstrating to the universe that you are worthy of this. It's a weird way to come through because worthiness is not something that I would typically get a message of on this level with pentacles. Because worthiness is someone who gives of themselves. So I'm curious how that plays out. Okay, so yes, worthy is someone who gives of themselves, but also does not allow others to take advantage of them. Ah, there we go. Right, who you need to have your defenses up with and who you don't. It's really interesting. That's fascinating. Oh, there you go. On your way to something here. Oh, look at this. 7 of Wands at the bottom. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, see? Maybe you're not sure who you can trust or not trust, who you can allow yourself to be vulnerable with and who you shouldn't. Because this person is vulnerable. I mean, naked and falling from the tower. But they got a mask on. Did I ask why the mask? I think I just asked what the tower moment was, right? And that's this balance of emotions. I'm going to ask what's going on with them. I'm going to ask about your mask. The mask here. I mean, we all wear masks at different times and different layers of mask. You know, who you are at work is not who you are at home. Who you are with your family is not necessarily who you are with your friends. The different elements, archetypal energies that we have for situations and social gatherings. Okay, what is this mask? The mask in the tower moment? The 6 of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, you or someone is in some sort of power, some sort of position, I want to say of authority. So they have to wear the mask of authority. So perhaps it's you falling from the tower here. That's what that mask is. It doesn't seem like it needs to come off. It's not coming off. It's not in this reading anyways. It's not coming off. Oh yeah, look. Someone is trapped with the devil underneath. There's some sort of a feeling of entrapment, maybe the mask, maybe the position of authority with the Emperor. Maybe you're not sure if you can trust someone who has a position of authority because they wear a mask. So you're trying to see through the mask, and perhaps to see through the mask is to push beyond information. Yeah, you know what I'm saying when I said it again. This is like you in space and time here. Okay, so I'm shoveling my Witch's Oracle to give you an incantation to empower you, Taurus. An incantation for everyone. An incantation for Taurus. Incantation for Taurus. Incantation for Taurus. Oh, you guys, you are like the third that has had two this week. I don't know what's going on. The pentagram and the spider. Interesting. Yeah, it feels like too, it might be like dealing with someone of authority, like an authoritative figure somehow in your life. Just because the spider to me is depicted as the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles energy in so many different, well, a few different, it's my exaggeration, like so many, it's like maybe two decks. And then the pentagram is kind of like empowerment. So let's see what you got. I'm thirsty. Sorry, I need a drink. After I dropped my son off to school, I went grocery shopping at the Chinese grocery stores because he wants me to make sushi tonight. which I can do. I just haven't done it in a while, so I had to go buy all the ingredients. Of course, when I'm walking through, oh my God, they got like the dumplings cooking. All this stuff smells so good. So I ate a bunch of those, but I think they're kind of salty. I'm very thirsty now. Anyways, you got the pentagram. The pentagram is an ancient symbol, and to many, it is seen as a symbol of faith and protection. The upward point of the star is representative of the spirit. The other 4 points all represent the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. All these things contribute to life and are a part of each of us. Earth represents stability and physical endurance. Fire depicts courage and daring. Water represents emotions and intuition. Air relates to intelligence and the arts, and spirit represents the deity, the divine, and the all that is. The star is encircled by a wheel representing the continual flow of life and energy. The meaning. Draw from this card's energy. It is mind and spirit over matter. Any obstacles that are in your way can easily be removed at this time. Trace the pentagram on this card with your index finger. This allows you to use your will to make things happen. See, that's interesting. That gives us more information about what your reading is here. It is mind and spirit over matter. Any obstacles that are in your way can easily be removed at this time. So, you know, like your mind and your intuition are the things that will remove three-dimensional objects, obstacles in your life. But yet it seems like your mind and your intuition with this lizard card and the 8 of Cups needs a break almost needs a break. Yeah. Because you can't remove the obstacles because you're not able to utilize that aspect of yourself. So the incantation, no harm shall pass, says the 5-pointed star. It's now time to fix what's been left ajar. It's my will I shall use to quickly evict and banish all things that are now derelict. And say that 3 times to really empower yourself. All right, the spider. Oh, there's the spider. Or this one is short. Okay, the spider is an ancient symbol of power, mystery, and growth. Much of what the spider has to tell us in the construction of its web. The spider weaves an intricate web that serves as its home, the way it gets food to feed itself, and a place of growth for its eggs. For the industrious spider, it is all about survival. See, isn't that funny? Like, it still sort of sounds like work, like, because that's what you do to feed yourself, to grow. The meaning, when the spider appears to us in a reading, it is a message reminding us to be mindful of the choices we are making. If you have been recently pondering a decision and are unsure of what direction to head in, the spider tells you that whatever course you take, it is about weaving your own reality. Create your own web as you desire it to be. Spiders are resilient creatures. If their web gets blown away or knocked down, they simply build another and carry on, and you should do the same. The incantation. A spider weaves a web with care. If it breaks, he will repair. I'll weave my web as I see fit, to suit my purpose, lickety-split. There you go. I like that one. All right, Taurus, thank you. I'm going to go do the extended now and see what's going on between where you are right now and what your future self is trying to tell you. All right, thank you so much, guys. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.